Look, folks, I said I wouldn't be in a rush to watch the David Beckham, the old Netflix four-parter. I've actually watched the first part already, and I have to admit I was pretty impressed. You know, I know he's a nice enough lad, really. He's had a good upbringing and all of that. There's just a couple of things I've not liked about the boy over the last few years. You know, the fact that he's always chased the dollar, and he's had his hands out for the last World Cup there with Qatar, and the bit to do with especially the knighthood and the fact that he never got one and Catherine Jenkins did, have bothered me. They've no reason to bother me, but they have, and the things I've not liked to hear. But I know he was a great player. You know, I loved him at United. He was a wonderful player. You see some of the clips of him in part one of the Netflix thing there, and you forget how many great goals he got. You forget how many great free kicks he got. We've got nobody doing that anymore. And he's been a wonderful player, but I've got a couple of quick stories from it for those that might not have seen part one. And I think they're brilliant, and I think it just shows what a brilliant manager Alex Ferguson is. It's little wonder he went on to win as many trophies as he did, and to be looked at, given the aura that others have given him because of his achievements. There's one part there that many are talking about, and we'll go with that one first. Only two little quick stories. There's a part there where they say to Bex, they say, David, you got all that money and all that fame at a young age. Do you feel it changed you? Oh, no, it never changed me. I was always the same person. Always the same as when I was brought up. They'd ask the same question to Fergie, and it cut straight away to Fergie. Do you think it changed him? Oh, it definitely changed him. Without a shadow of a doubt, it changed him. Brilliant. Really, really good. Talk about chalk and cheese. Beckham, no, it never changed me. Fergie, oh yeah, definitely changed him. That was good. Everyone's talked about that. But the best one I thought was, does anybody remember the goal from the halfway line? I think it was against Wimbledon. I'm sure you must. It's one of the first times we've ever seen it. He lobs the goalkeeper and scores from the halfway line. He's only is he 18, 19 years of age? He's a very, very young boy. And the bit that I take from that I thought was absolutely brilliant, and it sums Fergie up in an absolute nutshell. He said as they're walking off to Bex, do what the rest do. In the showers, get showered and on the bus. Don't stop, don't talk to anybody, and absolutely no press interviews. Even at that young age, Beckham, that is, Fergie knew that the last thing he wanted was to have this potentially fantastic player with great looks, obviously a newspaper person's dream, the media dream, to be interviewed and his head turned and all of that. He just wanted him on the coach and away. Because Fergie knew at that moment when that goal went in, everybody would be clamouring for him. And he was right, they were. And I would say at that time, I'm all right, Fergie's come from Scotland where he's won a little bit with Aberdeen, but he wasn't pulling up trees with United. It was about that time he started to. So he was at a relatively young age for a manager. And even then, he just knew that there'd be a feeding frenzy. The press would be all over it. He didn't want to lose him in the same way United lost George Best all them many years before. And it just shows what a manager Fergie was and how on the ball he was. Because, as I say, the next day it was in every newspaper. It was on the front of some of them. Everybody was talking about it. It was, the world of British football were talking about it. And he went from like a nobody Bex to like sort of a superstar overnight. He really, really did. But yeah, I thought Fergie, absolutely top management there, Sir Alex. Absolutely top management. And I probably should have realised at that time where you were going to go from that, because you were on the ball much before most anybody else. There's no doubt about that.